Welcome to my allotment diary for May 2017. The rain that we've all been praying for came last night. Therefore, Tuesday morning, the best time to do the weeding and see how far it's gone into the ground is straight away. It rained a fair bit, but the ground's still a bit dry. But nevertheless, I aerated the soil and got the weeds out. I mean, to start I got this bucket full of weeds. As you can see, the soil's not too wet. It's damp, but it's not wet. But I carried on and I weeded the whole of the plot. With the potatoes, they'd been touched by the frost. They were looking quite healthy from their drink of rain, and so I gave them a good going over. And then the onions. So this is what the plot looked like at the end of the day, all fresh from the required rain. Next morning I planted out my parsnips at 8-inch centres, 8 inches away from the side. I'm not using the level to level with. I've left my tape at home, and there are some dimensions on the back of the level, so I was using that instead. Formed a dip or trench in the soil, pressing it down, and then a good drink of water, and then placing the parsnip seeds individually into the stations, which I've marked out with the plastic pegs. And when the soil's covered up, I give them another drink of water. Next day was election day for the local elections, so I called in at the village hall and made my mark, and then I had to go to the doctor's because he wanted another blood test. Don't know why, but I had to have one. Beans had been pushing up against the netting, so I took the hoops away and I put in these bamboo canes. They're a bit long, but they are not the only ones I've got, but readily available. And when the pegs were all positioned, I then took some sisal string and wrapped it round the bed and in between the beans to give them some support. I'm wearing my coat today. Well, it's on and off because we keep getting the occasional shower of light rain, but the light rain's good for sowing seeds, and you can see the rain that we had last night has brought out the flowers on the broad beans. So advantage was taken of these damp conditions, and I sowed the quick growing crops in between the slow growing ones, the parsnips. And as the strawberries were making flowers and setting, it was a good time to cover them with netting. And another harvest of rhubarb. The peas are making progress, so it's opportune to make some frames for the peas to grow up rather than use pea sticks. frames were measured for length, cut, matched for size, marked, and again cut. Two legs were measured 2 foot high and then measured for the 8-inch high raised bed. The ends of the legs were drilled. First where the bottom rail is, and then marked at the top, turned over and drilled. With all parts cut to size and drilled, they were then assembled with some drywall screws. Then the netting was stapled in position. The staples don't go fully down when you press the trigger, so I drove them home with a hammer. With the netting firmly fixed to the frame, out with the tin snips and cut the roll off and trim the ends. 2 frames have been made, placed in position over the top of the peas. And screwed into position, just making sure that they are square with the top of the raised bed. I just marked it then, just in case it moved. I could see that while I was drilling. Sunday, I spent a full 8 hours on the allotment, and all I did was strip. There was an awful lot of string to do. I started at one end of the plot and ended up in the top, south, east corner. While doing this section, where the island is, I found rabbit bottom. Oh dear, rabbits. By 5 o'clock in the afternoon I'd had enough and it was time to go home for dinner. So there's another end of the week. Where the time goes I don't know. It's tempus fugit. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, if you've not already done so, subscribe. If you liked it very much, give me a thumbs up please, but do comment. I'll pack my kit and bid you all a farewell. Bye!